Hey you guys, it's Jessica. My username is JessiCakes, and today is September 8th, 2018. I am doing my 3-week post-op VSG update today. This week has been so crazy, and I have a lot of things I wanted to talk about, and I forgot because something happened, and so this video might be a little wonky, but yeah. So anyway, I guess I'll just start with the stats. Let's see. Oh, I have my little notebook here that says all of it. Okay, so this week I lost 4 pounds, and that's very surprising to me. So I will get into that later. I lost 4 pounds, which makes 16.4 pounds since my surgery date. So in 3 weeks, 16.4 pounds, and total 39.4 pounds. So that is very exciting to me. I also made it into Wonderland by quite a bit. So that's very exciting. Last week I was 200.6, and this week I am 196.6. I weighed in on Friday, and usually I weigh in on Thursday, so and an extra day. But yes, so that was very exciting to me. So some weird things that went on, like with the surgery stuff this week, and pregnancy stuff. I have no appetite at all. I don't want to eat anything. I just want to lay in bed and wallow in my own misery. So, that's been tough. I also started purées this week. So I went from a full liquid diet to purées, and I'll do a video on what I've been eating, but I do think that sometimes I kind of switch over into the soft food section. There's kind of this like gray area where I'm like, it's pureed enough, but I do think it may be more soft foods. So I have to look at my paperwork and stuff. For example, I made the ricotta bake, and I put ground beef in it, and I made sure the ground beef was really, really small, but still I put ground beef so it wasn't like smooth. And then and then there's been a few times where I have eaten crackers because I'm so nauseous and I have morning sickness all day long, and the crackers seem to kind of help, and I just make sure I really chew. Also, I started new vitamins because the chewable bariatric style Easy Melts or the Bariatric Advantage, they all just make me sick. So I went to the store and I bought prenatal gummy vitamins, D3 and fiber gummies, and they're all loaded with sugar, but they don't make me sick. So, yes. Another thing is a few days, maybe like midweek, I was drinking water and I just couldn't drink it. It tasted like metal to me, and it just like, I tried a different cup, I tried cold water, I tried like room temp water, and I usually love water, so I don't know what that was about, but I just couldn't drink water, and I wanted juice, which is so weird to me because I was doing keto before as a pre-op diet. I have not drank juice in years, really, because I try to stay away from excess sugar. So it's very weird to me that I was like, I want juice, and I wanted cranberry cranberry apple juice. And then my husband bought me this ginger juice, which is so good. And that was helping me with nausea as well. So I've been drinking a lot of juice. So this whole week I've been like munching on crackers, eating real food, drinking juice, eating these gummy vitamins, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to have a very good weight loss this week. And I haven't been getting in all of my fluids. So I was very surprised with the number. I'm very happy with the number, but I do want to, break those habits before they get worse. So try to get back to just water. Maybe I'll try like a more natural like water flavoring or something, maybe lemon water or something. But yeah, I don't know. I also find that switching to purees has made me so full. I'm full all the time. So I don't, even when the half hour is up after I eat, I don't want to drink anything. I'm just like over it. So I really, really need to get my fluids in because that's almost more important than the food part of it, especially because I'm pregnant. So yes, that's my goal. So kind of switching gears here. Let's see, what day was it? Wednesday. My daughter has been spending the night at my parents' house because I can't lift her up. And I thought I would be better by now, but I feel so weak and tired all the time that I'm just like, ugh. So she's been spending the night there, so I get to sleep in, and yeah. So Tuesday night, I could not sleep at all. I didn't sleep a wink. I didn't go to sleep. And then I finally fell asleep at like 9 in the morning on Wednesday. And I woke up around 11 and I got a phone call from my husband saying that my parents called him and that an ambulance came. Now I'm crying. Stop. That an ambulance came because my daughter had an accident at my parents' house. She fell. Something having to do with falling on her head. So I got this phone call and I'm like, okay, don't fucking freak out, Jessica. I'm like, I keep repeating in my head, like, don't freak out. You have to drive your car to Stanford to go see what's going on. Like, and this whole time, my husband's like, I don't know what happened. The dog ran into her. She went flying. An ambulance came. Like, all this stuff. And I'm just like, I don't have time to listen to what happened. I have to focus on, like, not breaking down and, like, get myself ready and going. So, I got ready. My dad did come and pick me up because I couldn't even handle what was happening. So he came and drove me to the emergency room down at Stanford Hospital. This is Stanford Hospital. Lucille Packard is the children's hospital there, is the #1 children's hospital in the country. So instead of just taking her down to the ER, like 5 minutes away from us, they drove about 35 minutes to get there. I'm sure they got there faster because they were in an ambulance. But anyway, that's beside the point. So I get there, and she's laying on. My husband's there and my mom's there already because my mom went with her in the ambulance. She's laying there with a neck collar on, flat on her back, and she can't move, and she's like staring into space. Like, she looked at me but didn't smile or anything. And they were like, well, she's kind of in shock right now. I'm like, okay. So anyway, what had happened was my parents had her outside, and the dog was outside. Their dog was outside, and someone was walking past the front gate. My dog, or their dog, does not like when people walk by the house. So he comes running from the backyard all the way to the front yard, and kind of clips her on the way. By the way, he's amazing with my daughter. So, and it's not like he meant to do that, but he's like so good with her. But he does get really kind of crazy when people walk by the house. And apparently her feet came out from under her, and like she flipped backwards onto the side of her head. And then my mom's screaming. My dad comes running up from back in the backyard. He comes running, and so he grabs Helena, and Helena like passes out. They said it was for under 10 seconds. So she like went unresponsive. They called an ambulance. The ambulance came and took her. So anyway, they had to do a CT scan on her brain, and they had to do an x-ray on her neck because they wanted to make sure it was not a spinal injury. Anyway, so the CT scan came back, and she had a skull fracture, but it wasn't an open skull fracture. It was a closed skull fracture, which is good. And then they wanted to keep her overnight for observation. So my husband and I stayed with her down at the hospital, and she was fine. Like, she was more upset that she couldn't move around, and she was hooked up to all of these things, and people kept coming in and bugging her and poking her. So yeah, it was like intense. And when I was at the hospital, I needed to eat periodically through the day, and I'd go into the cafeteria, and like, I never really thought I was a super emotional eater, but I was like, I want to eat a gigantic salad and like smother it in blue cheese dressing, and I want cookies. Oh yeah, I did buy cookies. I bought cookies, like these little mini cookies, bigger than mini cookies. They were like small cookies, and I ate like a ton of them. Like, they were like equal to like 2 big cookies, and I ate all of them. So bad. Emotional eating, it's like it's a thing. So anyway, that was that. She got to come home, and then she was fine that night. The next day, yesterday, she woke up from her nap, and she had 102-degree fever, and she's never had a fever before. So then yesterday I was dealing with that, calling the neurosurge, calling the nurses, my primary care nurse, all of that. So it's just been like kind of stressful, and I'm like feeling sick. My mom still doesn't know I'm pregnant, and she thinks there's something wrong with me. And I'm like, there is something wrong with me. I have a tiny like human being sucking the life out of me. So yeah. My mom keeps thinking it's like complications from the surgery or something. I don't know. And I'm just kind of over things right now. I'm kind of like, I don't want to talk to anyone. I just want to like lay in my bed and not do anything. So that's kind of where I am. And this week, I just need to like push hydration. That's like my #1 goal, is just to get my fluids in any way I can. So I do go see my OB again this week. I go get a formal scan, so hopefully they can see the baby and see a heartbeat and everything. So I will let you guys know how that goes, and I will talk to you guys later. Okay, bye.